Most people think they are investing, they are not. They are gambling, and the scary part, they have absolutely no idea. Benjamin Graham, the greatest investor who ever lived, created a simple test, a brutal test to find out the truth. And when most people take this test, they fail. Stay with me because what I am about to show you could completely change the way you handle your money forever. Before we get the test, you need to understand how Benjamin Graham was, because this was not just a guy with opinion. This way was the man who wrote the book. Literally in 1949, Benjamin Graham published The Intelligent Investor. Warren Buffett, the richest investor in history, called it the greatest investing book ever written. He read it at the age 19 and said it changed his entire life. But here is what most people do not know. Graham was not born wealthy. He was handed anything. He grew up poor. His father died when he was young. His family lost everything, and yet Benjamin Graham went on to become one of the most respected financial minds in the history of the world. He did not get there by luck. He got there by thinking differently than everyone else around him. Graham did not just write about investing, he lived it. He survived the Great Depression. He lost almost everything in the 1929 crash, and instead of giving up, he studied his test. He built a system so powerful it is still being used today by the smartest investor on the planet. Warren Buffett used it, Charlie Munger studied it, hedge fund managers around the world still refer back to Graham's original principles, and the system starts with the one question: are you investing or are you gambling? Now, I want you to really think about that question before we move forward, because most people will be say that are investing, they will say it a complete confidence, but when you look at the they are actually doing, the answer is very different. They are buying stocks because they seeing them trending on social media. They are putting money into companies they know nothing about. They are making decisions based on fear and greed. This is not investing, this is gambling with extra steps. Graham said something that the most people are not ready to hear. He said an investing operation is one which upon thorough analysis promise safety of principles and the adequate returns. Everything else is supplication. Let me break that down, because those three things matter more than anything. Through analysis, safety of principles, adequate returns. If you cannot check all three boxes, you are not investing, you are gambling. So let us do the test right now. Ask yourself these three questions honestly. Question 1: did you research the company before you bought the stock? Not the ticker symbols, not the chart, not the price movement from last week. The actual company, the earning, the debit, the profit margin, the business models. Do you know what the company actually does to make money? Do you know if they are profitable? Do you know how much debit they are carrying? If the answer is no, the gambling, you are putting your hard-earned money into something you do not understand, and Graham will tell you that is the one of the most dangerous thing you can do with your finance. Question 2: do you know how much the stock is actually worth? Not the price, the value. This is the most important distinction of investing, and almost nobody understand it. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. Those two numbers are almost never the same. A stock can be priced at $100 and worth 50. A stock can be priced at $10 and worth 30. The price tell you what you the market thinks right now. The value tells you what the business is actually worth based on its earning, its assets, and its future potential. If you have to no idea what the company is truly worth, that is gambling. You are flying blind. Question 3: are you buying because of logic or because of emotion? Because you saw it on social media, because someone told you it was going to the moon, because everyone else was buying it and you did not want to miss out, because you felt excited about the product's emotion is the number one destroyer of wealth in the stock market. Graham spent the entire career warning people about this. He called the emotion investor his own worst enemy. When the market goes up, emotional investor get greed and buy more. When the market goes down, emotional investor panic and sell everything. And that cycle of buying high and selling low is exactly how most people lose money year after year. If the answer is emotion, that is gambling. Three question. Most people fail all three, and they exactly why most people never build real wealth. So, what is the alternative? How do you actually invest? The Benjamin Graham way is come to down to the three powerful principles that have stood the test of time for nearly 100 years. Principle one: now what are you buying? Graham never bought the stock. He did not understand completely. He studied the business like he was thinking about buying their entire company, because in a way he was. When you buy a share of stocks, you are not buying a number on a screen. You are buying a small ownership stake in the real business. The business has real employees, real customers. Buying a share ownership stake in a real business, that business has real employees, real customers. Explain what a company does and how it makes money. As in simple terms, you had no business owning its stock. The principle alone will save most investors from their biggest mistakes. People buy stocks in companies they have never heard of, in industries they do not understand, based on nothing more than a tip from a friend or a trading post online. Graham will look at the behavior and say that is not investing. This is hoping, and hope is not a strategy. Principle to always buy with a margin of safety. This Graham most powerful concept. The one is that idea, the one boost he said influenced him more than anything else. The margin of safety is simply never pay full price for stock. Find companies that are worth $1 and buy them for 50 cents. Find companies that are worth $10 and buy them for 6. That gap between what something is worth and what you do paid for it, your margin of safety. It is the protection. It is your cashing when things go wrong, and things will go wrong. No investor is right 100% of the times. Not Graham, not Buff, not anyone. But when you buy with a large enough margin of safety, even when you are wrong, the damage is limited, and when you are right, the gains are significant. This is the what separates serious investor from people who are just guessing. An investor builds a margin of safety on every single purchase, every time, no exceptions. Principle 3: be patient. This might be the hardest principle for the most people to follow, because we live in the world that rewards speeds. We want results now. We want to check our portfolio every hour and see green numbers. We want the stocks to go the moment we buy it, but that is not how value investing works. Graham said the stocks market is voting machine in the short term and a waiting machine in long term. In the short term, the market react to noise, fear, greed, hypes, breaking news, politics, events, things that have nothing to do with the actual value of business. But in that long term, the Graham proved this over and over again. The market always finds the true of the business. Always the companies with the strong earning, low debt, and solid fundamental always get recognized eventually. Your job as a ground investor is not to predict when that will be happen. Your job is find great value, buy it at the right price, its strong margin of safety, and then wait. That is the entire method. You know what you buy it cheap, be patient. Now let us talk about why is the so hard for most people. It's not complicated. The principles are simple. A child could understand them, but simple does not mean easy, because following the Graham method requires you to against almost everything your emotions are telling you to do. One, the market is crashing and every one is panicking and selling. Graham tell you to look for buying opportunity. When the market is booming and everyone is celebrating and buying everything in the site, Graham tell you to be cut waste because prices are too high. When your friend tell you about a hot stock tip that is guaranteed to double, Graham tell you to slow down and your research fast. Every incident you have will be fight against the Graham method, and that is exactly why it's work, because most people cannot do it Most people will be always follow the crowd, and crowd is in investing almost always losses. Here is the hard truth: most people will watch this video and go right back to gambling. They will chase the next hot stock. They will buy on emotion. They will sell on fear. They will make the same, wonder why their portfolio never grow. They will blame the market. They will blame the economy, and they will blame bad luck. But the real reason will be simpler, they that they never learn the difference between investing and gambling. But some of you, small number of you, will take this seriously. You will slow down. You will start studying the company you invest in. That will learn how to calculate the value of the business. You will build your margin of safety in every one purchase. You will practice on patience even when it's fail impossible. And those people will be build real lasting wealth, not overnight, not in a month, but over time, and the kind of wealth that's change your life and lives your family for generation. This question in which type of investor are two going to be. If this video made you think differently about the handle money, drop a comment below right now and tell me honestly where you investing or where you gambling. I read every single comment and I want to hear from you. And if you're serious about learning Benjamin Graham completely strategy, every principle, every tool, every method he used to build wealth, make your subscribe to this channel, because every single week go deeper in the strategy that's actually create financial freedom, the ones that have worked from the decade we keep working long after the latest trend are forgotten. I will see you in the next one. Now before you go, I want to leave with final thoughts from Benjamin Graham himself. He said the investor chief problem and even the worst enemy is likely to himself. Think about the for a moment, not the market, not the economy, not the Wall Street, not bad luck, yourself, your own emotion, your own impatience, your own fear and greed. Graham figured this out almost 100 years ago, and it's still just as true today. It is then the investor who win or not wins with highest IQ, and they are not the ones with the best connection or most information. They are the ones who can be patient when others desperate for quick results, the ones who can think clearly when everyone around them is action on the emotion. The real lesson of Benjamin Graham is not just about the numbers and formulas and violation method. It's about becoming the kind of person who make a rational decision with money when everything around you is irrational. And that skill you can develop starting right now. When three questions we talk with about in this video: did you research the company? Do you know what if it is worth? Are you buying with logic or emotion? Ask yourself those three things before every single investment you make from this day forward, and watch when do your results over time. Benjamin Graham changed the uh, way things investing. Warren Buffett called him the second most influential person in his life after his own father. The principal Graham developed the have created more millionaires than almost any other investing philosophy in history. And the best part is they are available to anymore. You do not need a finance degree, you do not need a Wall Street connection, you do not need the bondage. You just need to be willing to do the work, think clearly, and be patient. That is it. That is the entire secret, and now you know it.